Welcome back guys to a new video. So this is all the dividends that we have received in the month of January. So let's take a look at the performance first. So the performance over the 1 month is minus 4.94%. If we take into account all the cash and the dividends that we have received, it's more closer to 2.7, but I like to just take that away and just take a look at the unrealized performance of the portfolio so far. Let's go ahead, take a look. Our holdings are 4,650, just under that right there. And we'll take a look at the holdings by going over here. So we can see that Realty Income is 42% of our holdings, Trig is 26%, Main Street 12%, JP Morgan Global Growth and Income almost 11%, and then US Gold Mining 3%, and everything else a smaller holding. I do want to grow this one over here for sure over time, so this one I will be putting more money in, getting it up the list, higher up the list there. So let's go ahead and start off with the dividends, and of course the monthly dividend player, we will go to Realty Income. We haven't bought any more shares so far, but we do have a gain of 10% and an FX impact of minus almost 7% there. Let's go ahead and take a look over here. So dividend yield is 5.2, PE ratio 58, and all the other details there. But let's go ahead over to the dividends is what we are interested in more so. So our shares of 38.5 gave us €7.06, and yeah, the withholding tax was €1.34 there. So almost making our way up there to the €10 per month. That would be a really nice milestone to get to before the end of the end of this year now. So let's go ahead. So that was our first monthly player, and our second monthly player is Main Street Capital. This one has done pretty well. Performance has been pretty well, but I do want it to go back down so that I can buy some more. So the gain is 18.6%, FX impact minus 4.32%, and we have 10.7 holdings. Like I said, I haven't actually been adding to this that much. Let's go ahead and take a look at the dividends that they have paid. Only €2.03, withholding tax rate of minus 36 cents right there. So to only €2 there. Haven't been buying too much. I think it's at a relatively all-time highs, and there's probably other stocks that are more attractive valuations for me at the moment anyway. So those are the only two stocks that have paid us dividends for the month of January. Next month hopefully will be a little bit better. Let's go on over to our Excel tracker and take a look at some of the graphs that we use to keep track of it. And if we start off with the annual dividends tracker over here, so we can see 2025 we finished off with €133, just over €133 of dividends. Yeah, year to date 2026 we are €9.63 from those two dividends. We can take a look at the monthly dividends chart just to check the month over month dividends that we have been receiving. We can see right there we did get a big one over there. That was due to Trig in the month of December 2025. So a big Trig holding there. Its dividend yield is about 10% right now, I think, because the stock has been discounted so much at the moment. It's gone down quite a bit there. But only two stocks there, Realty Income and Main Street, giving us a total dividend for January of €9.63 there, guys. And now if we go over to a dividend tracking app over here, a really simple app over here that I found. Let's take a look at the passive income goal. We are trying to get to €25 in monthly average dividends. Our dividend yield on the app, it says, is 6.4%. Yield on cost is 6.6%. That's mainly because of Trig. I would say it's a renewables company that's being heavily discounted by the market at the moment anyway. Let's go ahead and take a look. Received income. This one, it says €9.44. Maybe a bit of fluctuations due on the FX impact, but I mainly use the app for this chart over here for seeing what the dividends that we are going to receive in the coming months. So there you see €9.44. So not as accurate as how much we actually received, perhaps due to the FX fluctuations. But next month, let's take a look here. In February, we are predicting some cash from iGet, Invesco, Perpetual Select Trust, or I should say Global Equity Global Equity Trust. We only have 4.5 shares in there, so not that much at all there we are going to be receiving. But Main Street once again giving us that reliable €2 there, and of course Realty Income once again about approximately €7.45. Before we go over to March, and this one's a pretty big one. I think there's a couple of stocks giving us the dividends there. Let's say, look, Main Street is giving us its regular dividends of €2 at the very top, and then it's also giving us an irregular dividends of €3.07. That's actually nice to see there. And why I have Main Street, it gives out irregular dividends every now and again, so that's nice. And of course we do have Realty Income there, €7.59 this time. Realty Income does increase its dividend every couple of months there, so that's nice to see. But of course with the dollar being down so much, it's definitely reflected in the dividends that we get after the exchange rate happens there. So of course the biggest dividends that we have is from Trig over here, €34.22 from, let's take a look, 1,570 shares right there. Dividend yield is 11% right there, and estimated annual dividends that we are going to get from this is €136.88, assuming we don't add any more shares, of course. So that's going to be nice to see. I do want to add some more into Trig because I think that's the most discounted stock for me at the moment, and I'll be adding slowly to some of the other stocks. So guys, that is the 2026 outlook. You can see there pretty reliably approximately €10 per month, and then of course those quarterly payments that we have is mainly due to Trig giving us such a large amount due to the discount that Trig is at and high dividend yield it currently sits at the moment. Hopefully it's not a dividend trap, but I don't think it is. I do have a strong conviction on that one. So guys, that's going to be it from me. Almost €10 this month, and that is the start of 2026. Let me know how you guys are getting along in your dividend journey, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next month.